Hello, I'm Fran Capoccia with Lahain Ministry, and today I'm going to make a fun dessert. This is something I had at a potluck like many years ago. One of my best friends had raw food potlucks and meetings, and it was so much fun, and this was definitely one of my favorites. So I thought, with hopefully summer will come soon, and this would be just a great one to have on your agenda. First, I'm going to make a crust, so I'm going to use the food processor for that. Got a lot of pieces coming here. So for the crust, I'm going to use cashew and I mix walnut. The recipe calls for 1 cup of, you could use almond, you can use mix half cashew, I'm going to use half cashew and half walnut, or what you have, or some people are allergic to certain nuts, so use what you have. So I'm going to put that in the food processor. Then the recipe calls for 1 cup of pitted dates for the shell. So actually I'll use this cup. And always check, make sure there's, even though they say they don't have a seed in them, sometimes they might skip one, and you'll find out soon because your machine won't. It'll start making some weird noises. But dates are a nice way to sweeten because it has fiber in it and it's a natural sweetener, so that's one good thing about it. And the next thing I'm going to put in is half a teaspoon of vanilla. And you can use whatever kind of vanilla. You could use even like vanilla, the pods. You could, I'm using this liquid one. And so that's it. For the pie shell, it's 1 cup of nuts, like almonds, like I said, or you can mix 1 cup of pitted dates and half a teaspoon of vanilla. Then I'm going to put the lid on. This might be a little noisy, so I'm going to put it on high. Kind of check it while you're doing it, see if still needs a little bit more. So what's kind of fun about raw desserts is it doesn't take very long to make a crust, and I'm going to use a springform pan. You could use a pie shell, like a glass one, but I just thought it'd be nice to make some smaller ones, and this one has the removable bottom, so when you're done you can just make it like a tart. But I'm just gonna get this part of this crust and just going to press it down. And you can again, make this how sweet you want, what kind of nuts you want. And so here you have a shell. And then I'm going to get the second, I have 2, so I'm going to get the second one. You can make this also as fine as you want. This one is still probably be a little crunchy, but it's kind of, again, to your taste and how you would like to present it. So you could put the crust all the way around. I'm actually not going to because I can remove this and I could take it out. So I'm gonna change machines now. So for this one, you need a food processor and a blender as well. Now got the big blender. So good. I wish I had some fresh strawberries from outside. That would even be fun and yummy. So we got the machine change, and then for it's called the binder, so it'll be the kind of the creamy part. And this again is pretty simple. Just have two really ripe bananas. These are very ripe. And then 8 large strawberries. And these are organic. They do say it's good to get organic strawberries, so, but I still like to wash them, even though they're organic. And then the other third is 5 soft dates, and again, make sure they don't have a pit, because sometimes they miss them. And these are very small dates, so that's why it looks like more than 5, because they're very tiny. And again, you can make it as sweet as you want. Then this also calls for the binder, a tablespoon of lemon juice. So just put that in. So you blend all that. So again, the binder is 8 large strawberries, 5 dates, 2 bananas, very ripe, and a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this next. This machine because it has that tamper, so you can really get, you know, everything mixed up pretty well. And then now this is pretty soft, so I am gonna pour this in here. You can see it's like a soft cream. And if you have some extra, you can just put it in a cup or use it for something else. So I'm gonna cream in there. And then the next step is I cut some strawberries. So I am gonna just fold these cut strawberries in here, so that when people are eating them, then they will get some of those strawberries pieces. So that one is done. Now I'm gonna put more cut strawberries here. So really, for a very tasty dessert, this is pretty awesome, and it doesn't take very long, and probably might even have these ingredients in your pantry, or I mean in your, you know, refrigerator. And then I just have like some long pieces that you can use, you know, to decorate on top. Or you could get some of the fruit. I'm gonna put these long pieces. So, and then what you could do is put this in the freezer so it'll get kind of, you know, thickened up. And then before you serve it, take it out 5 minutes before. And here you have 2 really super yummy desserts, which I'm sure adults and kids would really enjoy. And I just want to make a disclaimer here too that this is a recipe is only for informational and educational purposes only, and the kind of food that I love to eat. And I hope you are inspired to make something yummy like this. And if you are allergic to any ingredients, or if you check with your doctor before making any health changes or changing medication as well. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless.